What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a quick update video here in regards to my Incursion 2 raids, as well, which teams have been working for me effectively, and as well how high I've brought them up. And yeah, just big shout out to my Allspark Heroes Alliance. These guys have been absolutely crushing it. We've been doing really good on our day-to-day, and again, this is the most up-to-date and most competitive Incursion raid right now, being Incursion raid 2. But you can see, guys, I want to also point out that I have close to being the lowest collection power, or the second lowest on the team here. And I want to show you how much I'm scoring with each raid, because of the fact that it's not really a measure of collection power here. It's honestly knowing, what are effective teams that can work, min-maxing them as well, with us being mindful of our resources in the game. Obviously our materials are gold. We always want to be, building to the utmost effectiveness, and at the same time making sure that we are in a position where we can pivot and adapt to new teams, new events coming into the game. So now that I've kind of shown you where I rank in terms of my standing with the other 23 members of the team, check this out, right? Our alliance has been consistently hitting, 65, 70 plus of the Incursion raid 2. And again, this is the highest difficulty that we have right now at time recording. And typically I am in the top 10, but I wanted to go a little harder for this Incursion raid to showcase for you that I can pretty much solo every single node and lane up until the skill nodes, right? And how have I been doing that is through some of the best teams and effective teams that built up. But what's even more surprising is, and I'm excited to show you this, is that not all these teams and characters have to be built up to certain levels, right? And actually the majority of them are sitting at level 80, 85. You don't necessarily need to bring them up to 95 and beyond. And hoping this insight and showing you guys my teams is going to be able to save you some materials and levels down the road here. So I mean, typically we're starting now, finally dipping into the skill section, but you can see, like, the majority of our teams here, we still need to actually stick together for the bio lane. I can actually solo my own bio lane now that we have the rebirth reworked, but as well the opportunity now to build up hive mind. So I'm definitely excited to share that with you guys in a bit here. But yeah, I can solo all of mystic, all of skill, all of tech, all of the mutant section, and then I actually did solo node 1 and as well as node 2 here, but then yeah, my alliance and I all jumped in on this boss node. So obviously I want to encourage them to expand and work on their own lane, but at the end of the day, it's all about continued improvement. But I want to showcase for you guys now the teams I've worked and as well how high I have brought them up. So there's obviously quite a few options here, but these raid teams have been getting better and better, and I do appreciate the fact that with these new releases coming into the game, they are having more value outside of raids, and that's gonna obviously give us some more confidence in building up some of these raid teams. So I'm gonna start top down, guys. I'll go ahead with Mystic first and work way top down. Obviously, we know what the answer is, right? Bifrost came to be, future-proofing what these raids are going to be in terms of what you can bring. But you can see here, the majority of my characters, again, at gear tier 15, stopping at that level 80 mark, because I think 85 is gear tier 16, if I'm not mistaken. So each and every one of these teams have a core member of the team that's kind of the foundation, right? And that's kind of what I want to showcase for you guys. And as well, this is going to save you a boatload of training materials and as well as gold if you're building them up effectively and knowing how to min-max this, because especially with raids, it's consistent, it's PvE, you don't need to be obviously maximizing every single member of these teams, right? So you can see here, Val is the only gear tier 18 character I have in my Bifrost. This team is shy of 1 million, and they can get the job done. I can solo all 3 nodes. And if you guys want to see any of these guides, by the way, I'm gonna link them all below, so that way you can have the video reference guides as well if you want to see how my gameplay is. But yeah, I mean, it's only been getting better and better, and again, I only build up my teams and my characters if I need it, and I'm really grateful that this team still gets the job done. I don't know how future-proof it is, but we'll see in the next rendition of new Incursion raids getting added to the game. Very, very similar here now to Bifrost is that Pegasus, similar story, right? We have Kestrel being that kind of that core, that linchpin character, bringing up and carrying the rest of the team, and her damage is very, very notable. Obviously, you can build Rescue up a little higher too if you'd like. I have her at gear tier 16 just to give us a little bit more protection. She's got the revive, kind of similar to how Val has the revive, but otherwise, yeah, this team works exceptionally well. They're a great team outside of raids and even in Darkdimension if you guys want to bring that up. Personally, for myself, I want to min-max as much as I can because I don't know what my Darkdimension 7 options are. I'm also I've also already completed Darkdimension 6 and fully upgraded my Super Scroll, so there's no need for me to spend resources and materials if I don't need to. And especially with me being free to play, I just have to be super mindful of all the materials and usage. Resource management is my specialty, and that's especially what I have to focus on in my aspect of the game. Now, this was newer for me in terms of the team, but we saw with the Extreme X-Men team, this definitely shook things up, especially for the Incursion initial nodes here. So obviously they can get the job done, but what I've noticed already is that you do need them at a little bit higher upgrading, as you can see when compared to both when you compare to both Bifrost and Pegasus, the Extreme team, the majority of my characters are actually gear tier 16, and thankfully we already had Gambit invested in because of the Legendary Horseman, Chase for Big Apocalypse. Nightcrawler is also a game changer, but you can see they're already built a little bit higher. But yeah, I actually got through with them less than 1 million, so I'm gonna link that below, guys. But yeah, like overall, they can still get the job done. They can solo all 3 nodes at this difficulty, and do have a lot of value outside of raid. So it's great to see this addition. Now, if you don't have Extreme X-Men, what previously worked for me was a variant here of Death Seed, which you see being a dated raid team, but as well, if you actually have Apocalypse combined with that, so that combination there. Obviously, they're gonna mix and match, but you can still get the job done. So as long as you can get to the boss node, if you can solo the first 2 nodes of Mutant and get it so that way you and your alliance can take down the boss together, that's not a big deal. That's why there's always opportunities to theorycraft and pivot. You don't necessarily need to always build up the new raid team for that raid setting if you still have options from before, which I did. I used Deathseed and Apocalypse for the longest time and slowly built up Extreme. Now that I have a chance to build them up, and yeah, and there you have it. So this leads us kind of where we're now at in the game with the bio, right? Red Goblin's released yesterday. I've been getting by just fine actually with Rebirth and my Super Scroll, because both Carter and Captain America came in with me to Darkdimension 6. So again, I'm just trying to capitalize on any of the value I've already previously invested in, and that's kind of how I want to keep maximizing that effectiveness, right? Because we built in value all these characters and teams. They're part of the rework now for Out of Time, so I'm definitely super excited to see that it's going to come to fruition here. But yeah, they can get the job done, but they are a bit higher, as you can see, 1.6 million, largely thanks to 3 characters obviously being brought into Darkdimension 6. Winter Soldier and US Agent, they don't provide a lot of value, but I mean, they're kind of there to synergize well with Rebirth, right? And they can, like I said, I made a video on this too, but Rebirth does just fine right now up until the boss node, where you have to work with your alliance mates to get that done. And I've been experimenting with Hive Mind, so I'll definitely have some footage out for you guys. But this is kind of the team that's worked for me for a couple nodes, is that I brought in Anti-Venom when combining with the other Symbiote Hive Mind synergy and then Super Scroll. It's been able to get the job done for the last couple of nodes as well. So this is what's helped for me, guys. But let me know what your game plan is. These are the team levels that's worked, so hopefully this insight can help you guys prepare as well. Again, you don't need to be building up every single character to 16 or 17, level 95 and so forth. We can actually save resources and still compete in the highest level of the raids right now in the end game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do appreciate hearing back, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.